Hey, what's up, everyone? Boy, what a couple of weeks we've had. I know it is a tough time for everyone. This is uncharted territory for our country and for local people. I know a lot of people really are not thinking about real estate, but apparently there is real estate business being conducted here in Glynn County. So I know there are a few people out here who are interested and would like to stay up to date on what's trending locally. So in the last 7 days, I've seen 52 closings, and that's reflecting homes that probably went under contract in mid-February and are closing now. Of those closings, there is some new information regarding how closings are being handled by local real estate attorneys, and that's going to include realtors not attending. It's also going to include buyers and sellers only. They don't want family members. And of those buyers and sellers, they're either attending separately or at separate times. And keep in mind, a lot of the real estate attorneys are going to be working on a skeleton crew in the office, and probably most are going to have their employees working at home the same way as most of us are doing right now. Over the last 7 days, I've seen 7 properties have changed into a pending status, which usually means that they're out of their contingencies and they're actually headed towards closing. So that's pretty interesting. I took a look at the last 10 days and I've seen where 10 properties were withdrawn, 3 are temporarily off the market. Now I want you to take a look at that number, 13 basically, out of 1,161 active residential properties in our MLS. I think it's a real testament to people kind of staying the course in this difficult period. Now, I have heard, I don't have a number, but I have heard that there have been several people who have experienced clients backing out, deciding not to close, walking away from the earnest money. But in most cases, they're trying to write an extension just to kind of get through this. This brings me to another part. We actually have a special stipulation that the Georgia Association of Realtors has put out. It's a COVID-19 special stipulation that's really going to help with if a buyer or a seller can't make it to a closing and how that's handled. So there is a time period that can be written in. So any new contracts that are being written right now, purchase and sale agreements, we're being encouraged to include that special COVID-19 special stipulation just in case there's an issue down the road and closing can be delayed. Going back to that number, I've actually seen where 82 homes are active contingent. So those are homes that are actually under contract. That's a pretty good number right there. I'm almost on a daily basis in touch with 1 or 2 or sometimes 3, 4 of my mortgage lending guys that I work with, sorry about that, mortgage lending people that I work with. And I'm asking things like, are you seeing a lot of contracts coming undone? Are you seeing people pull back on their mortgages? Almost 100% of them are telling me that they're busier than ever. So they are still seeing a lot of pre-approvals and people who are going ahead with their loan documents. In just the last couple of days, I myself have written a couple of offers. It's really kind of interesting. They're both vacant, unoccupied properties. And I think that for this short time, that's going to be where the real market is going to be. Buyers, they're not going to be wanting to go into a listings home, someone they don't know. They're not wanting to catch COVID-19, obviously. Sellers, they're not going to want random people coming into their homes. It just makes sense. Nobody wants that. The transmission level is probably off the charts with something like that. But vacant, unoccupied homes, buyers can still get into those properties. I want to tell you a little bit about how I'm handling that right now. So I put out a mass email to all of the agents in our MLS that, I do have an unoccupied property. I'm willing to send them a code. They can then forward that on to their buyer. The buyer can then come to the house, go in and take a look at the home on their own. They don't have to have the realtor with them. They don't have to have me with them. They're still able to get in and see the property. As far as access, it makes it very easy for someone to get into the home and take a look at it. Of course, I do protect all realtors. I would never try to steal a client from someone. A lot of things going on. That's just a quick update. I don't want to hit you with too much. I do want to bring up one thing on a personal level. I heard some really good information the other day from Tom Ferry. It's one of the guys that I'm in tune with on Facebook and YouTube. He's just a great guy, motivational speaker. He brought up a really good point. We need to view this as a snowstorm, a blizzard, if you will, where people are snowed in, they can't get out, people can't get to work, but eventually the snow is going to melt. And this COVID-19, eventually it's going to go away. I'm already hearing some talk about a cure. It's going to go away. Things will get back to normal. People will be invited back to their job if they've been laid off. And I think there's going to be a lot of pent-up demand in the market that, encouraged with hopefully lower interest rates, people back in employment. The spring selling season, buying season kind of shortened. I think really there's going to be a lot of pent-up demand in the market. So I feel really good about where things are going to be real estate-wise in the next couple of months. And if you're like me, I love real estate. I love following it. I really hope that you appreciated this update. And if you have any questions, I encourage you really just to send me an email, drop me a direct message. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how you're doing. If you have any tips for me, like I said, I've been out of the house a couple of times to show property. I did get out one day and do some fishing. We tried to stay socially distanced from each other, but beautiful day out on the water. We caught some fish. I'm going to be having fried fish for dinner tonight and just trying to make the best of the situation working from home. And I really hope that you're doing well. If you need anything and you're local, I hope you'll contact me. If I can help, I will. If you're a business that I've worked with and needed a testimonial, I'll do a testimonial for you. I'd love to do a video testimonial for you. But if there's any way that I can help you, I really hope you will contact me. I encourage you to contact me, and we'll get through this. So that's what I have to say right now on this little update. I'll try to do another one in a couple of days. I know you're being inundated with information from different companies, and I don't want to add to that. But anyhow, I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you next time.